Hello, everyone. My name is Heather Aston, and this is my channel, TT's Trinkets and Treasures. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. I'm very happy that you're here. If you are a returning visitor, thank you for your continued support. It means a lot. Either way, I hope you'll hit the like button, leave me a comment, and those of you who aren't already, become a subscriber of my channel. Okay, today we're nearing the end of the 28 days of men's jewelry channel challenge, and I'm going to show you guys some jewelry that you may not have thought to use for men, but are perfect for that guy in your life who says he won't wear jewelry because it's too hard to put on. So, what that thing is memory wear. I will also tell you that I am trying out. I ordered like 4K cameras to try and get the camera situation so that you guys can see better. If I were to keep this one, this wouldn't be my down camera. I ordered two that have remote controls, which is what I want to do so I can zoom in and out rather than having to go like this up to the camera all the time because then the camera has to refocus as it is now. So, anyways, moving on. We are doing memory wire. So, this solves that problem. It solves the problem of it's too hard to put on. I don't like it. I can't get it on myself. You need to do it for me. Yada, yada, yada. I'm going to go through a couple of different ways that you guys can use this to make interesting and quality jewelry for the guy in your life. So here we go. Oh, first and foremost, please do not ever cut memory wire with anything other than memory wire cutters because it will mess up your cutters. That's why there's literally a specific thing. You can also use your double flush cutters because they are essentially the same thing as your memory cutters. But I personally will use my memory cutters over my double flush cutters because I love my double flush cutters. So we are going to start by, I'm going to tell you a little bit about memory wire. Memory wire is just wire that springs back on itself. It's already tempered. You're not going to do like a bunch of wire wrapping and stuff like that with this. This is more of a convenience item that you can bead on and either do a couple of layers all on one bracelet, or you can cut it off and do multi-strand bracelets using the bar separators, which those can be a little fiddly, or you can do what I do and what I'm going to do today, which is to create some cups. Now, this is also another way for you. Sorry, I didn't realize this was like all pulled out like this. Why is it all pulled out like this? This is also another thing that bead tubing will come in handy on because I like to put this over the top of this. I'm going to show you another kind of like cool thing. These comes in a multitude of colors. I will try to link that down below. And if I haven't, I did post it in the comments of the video where I use the bead tubing. So the first one we're going to do is just going to be simple beading. Um, and then there are some other ones that'll be a little bit harder. So in order to make my loops all the same size, I'm going to go ahead and grab my 6-step bail making pliers. I'm going to use the smallest loop there is, and I'm going to go around this 2 full turns, which is not easy to get that going because they like to slip and everything else. Okay, so now that we have that, I don't know why I just did that. We have our stopper. We are good to go to place different beads on. Now, I have some of these beautiful carnelian beads that are banded, and I thought this would be perfect for the first bracelet. Where are all of my cutters? Where they belong. That's where they are. Imagine that. So I thought that we could use this and these large bone heishi beads and that we can just make up a quick and easy pattern and then tie off the other side and move on to the next design. So I'm going to start with 3 of the carnelian, which are just beautiful. They're so pretty. So I'm going to do 3 carnelian, and then I'm going to do a 3-inch spacer bead, 2 of the bone beads, which you could put bead. I might actually do that so it doesn't sit as off center. It might be okay once it's, because I also like to use spacer balls. Oh, come on. To help keep the larger holes in place. But no, I am going to cut some lengths of the bead tubing really quickly. Okay, that should be more than enough. So I'm going to take off the spacer bead and the bone beads, and I think that one is too long for these 2. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's way too long. I can cut most of these in half. There you go. I try to waste as little product as I can. I know sometimes I cut too much, but as I've explained in other videos, if I don't cut enough, then that one piece is going to be wasted, and I'm going to have to pull more of a specific supply or whatever else, like memory wire or leather or soft flex, whatever it is, I will have to pull out more. Okay, so we're going to do 2 of those. And then we're going to do 3 more of the carnelian. Another 3mm spacer. Some bead tubing. 2 more bone beads. That one didn't want to be there. Okay. So now this should be where we're right at the top of the wrist, right? So here's what I'm going to do a little bit differently. I wanted to use 2 of the silver spacers, but does that mean I want that one little bead to be there? I don't think so. I'm only going to use 2 of these. If you're on the live sale, you know they're not inexpensive. So I think I'm going to pull that. I need a piece of bead tubing to go underneath this silver bead from Ethiopia. Otherwise, it'll just be, that one's too small. I should have kept the bigger ones for this. Although I only want 2. So, do I like that? I like it as if it were itself. Like, if this was the one I used the whole time, I'd love that. I don't like it the way that I just had it. So instead, I'm going to go back. We won't use those on this project. We can use it on the next. Okay, so we're going to put that back into place, and then I'm going to add a black buffalo horn round. I believe they're 5mm. And then I'm going to just place, I'm just going to go through here, and I'm going to put, I'm trying to decide if I knew exactly where my Something got misplaced the other day and I haven't been able to find it. And those are my little 5mm heishi beads, which you know are like my go-to. So I'm going to have to go up a size, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But, and then I'm just going to put these in between every single one of the ones that are going to go across the top of the wrist. And I am kind of pulling some of the darker banded ones because, you know, bring some drama to the top of the arm. Had people asking, where'd you get that? Or asking whoever you give this to, i.e., your husband or father. But they can't, this is something that kind of gets them out of like leaning too heavily on that excuse of, oh, I can't do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want a 7th one on top. On here, and then we're going to put another one of the 5mm on. And we're going to go back to our silver bone spacers. Silver spacer, my tubing. And then this should be long enough. I should have just the right. I'm going to put a little bit thicker. I had like 2 skinny ones, so the bead tubing was sticking out. Let's see. Let's find a little bit of a thicker one. There we go. And then we're going to do another ball spacer, 3 more beads. Three. We're going to do a silver ball. Oh, that one did not want to be used. Goodness. You're going to be anyways. Some bead tubing. 1 and 2. Another spacer and 3 more carnelian. Now, here's where you get to make a very interesting decision. Now, did I curl this end up twice? Yes, I did. Can you keep it that way? Absolutely, you can. Is that the way I'm going to keep mine? No, it's not. And I will tell you why. I happen to like the look of putting the bead tubing all the way to the end, putting one of these black buffalo horn over the, like it needs to be a tight fit, but I'm going to use Gorilla Glue to hold it in place, and that will be act as the stopper bead for the end. So the biggest thing we need to figure out, we've got to find pieces that, see, like this one goes over the end perfectly without a problem. So we are actually going to take this back off. We are going to grab the new Gorilla Glue that Steve bought me, not the old and goopy one. This is the new one, right? Yep. We are going to put very carefully because I'm allergic and I really don't want it on my bead mat. And we're going to put a very small amount of glue, and then we're going to put this over the top. Oh, it came off. Of said bead tubing. Boob tubing? Heather. It's comments like that mean I have to keep it. Say it's not suitable for children. Okay. As you can see, we also need to take this. I just like to stick the very end in, like with the glue coming down. And then slide that into place. And because this dries so quickly, I'm just going to hold it there for a minute. It says 10 seconds. Better close that so it doesn't dry out. That would kind of defeat the whole purpose. Okay. I was just making sure my finger wasn't stuck to the bead. I'm not 1,000% sure I put enough glue on the memory wire itself. I didn't think so. Okay, we're going to let that keep drying in place right there. We're going to get some more glue. We're going to move these beads down. I just need to put some more glue on. So I didn't put nearly enough the last time. Like, I want to actually see it. There we go. This should do the trick. There we go. Okay, we will let this dry. And I'm going to go ahead and go on to the next one, but leave that sitting there carefully so that it can finish drying. And then I will do the other side in a few minutes once it has dried completely. Okay, the next bracelet that we're going to do, I've tried very hard not to like repeat stuff, but I'm going to do a similar bracelet. It will not be like the same, but I am going to do a beachy bracelet really quickly. Again, we're going to start by using our memory wire, and I will probably glue the end of this too because I don't like how it's nearly impossible. I say that, and then I do such a nice loop. Look at that. Such a nice loop. I'm going to go ahead and rock it back just in case I do decide to use it. Because that's a darn good loop pool. Everybody. I feel like you guys cannot see because the light is too bright. Is that the case? I don't know that this one's going to make the cut, guys. No, the other way. I'm going to turn the light down a little bit. We're going to go from here. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to use some of the blue sponge coral, and this is the natural color. It is not dye. We featured this on the live sale that was held on June 11th. You are more than willing to go back, go through live sales, tell me what you want out of it, and we can kind of go from there. So with this one, we will also be using bead tubing, but that's because I want to use some of these. So we will need the bead tubing, but we will need the longer pieces as these bicones are pretty long. I'm going to cut a few more, even though I don't intend on using a ton of the bicones. I'd rather be prepared because I will use these again. Like literally my scraps get picked up and put away. Alrighty, with this one, since we will also be starting with the buffalo horn bead at the end, the next thing that's going to come up is going to be the sponge coral. And I'm trying to decide if I want to use this one or if I want to, no, that's too close to the same size. So, actually, you know what? I see something over here. These are some of the natural mother of pearl that were in the bead box, bargain bead box. So, I'm going to teach you there's nothing wrong with varying materials. Yes, this is, these are high quality beads. These ones are not bad beads. They have some nice chatoyancy. They aren't bleached. I like the natural color. But you saw that the Trocus mother of pearl that Bernie and I featured is much deeper in color. There's a lot more banding. It's just really cool. but this is going to look cool. So we are going to go ahead and put that. Do we want to use that right there? I don't know. I might get a silver spacer. Do some shells, a silver spacer. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that I am going to use those. Sorry. Let's see here. So do I want more than one piece of coral? I think I do. And I know I just stacked 3 and I'm looking to stack 3 again, but our mind appreciates, and I know I said I was going to figure out why that is, and I haven't yet. I'm sorry. I don't know. Okay, let's open up these and see what I'm thinking. See how I'm feeling. Okay, so the easiest way to thread these shell heishis is to take it off and hold it between your thumb and forefinger. And then just, if you're lucky, you'll keep them all in line and you can put them all on at once. Ooh, I only dropped one. Look at, oh, I need a silver bead there. That's unfortunate. Goodness. It's a lot harder to get them off like in the little like tube way like I just did because it's curved. Goodness. Do I want blue buffalo? Okay, these are going to have to be put down. I think I want to do this. And then go to the silver spacer. Yeah, and I want to do that on the other side. I'm going to start with the silver ball spacer. I'm going to pull more of those out. And then I'm going to go buffalo horn and then the coral. Not sure which one of those are the hole that goes all the way through. Another buffalo spacer. Another spacer bead that I need to pull out. I want to do round. I have saucers too, and I'm not too far into it. I don't want it to be the same size. I think this is the size I have on there. Nope, those are slightly bigger, but I kind of like the slightly bigger. I hope you guys, if you guys don't like when I start, I can get better about it. I suffer from bead FOMO, which is just my way of saying indecisiveness. I'm always afraid that if I don't try like all of the options, the one I don't try is the one that's going to look the best. Like this larger silver bead. I think that looks a lot better than the smaller one. Then, yeah, this is pointless. I'm going to have to pick them all up one at a time. I'm trying to be better about not pushing aside supplies, like putting these in a tray and then pulling them off the strand in a line. Like, and I have bead soup everywhere and I'm in need of Randy's scoop to get through it all. But so I'm trying to get better, especially with stuff like this, you guys. I don't mind the shell heishis that are like how they all vary in size. I don't mind that. But then Barney got these ones in and he'll tell you I'm spoiled because that's my go-to bead shop and he has such high standards that I'm spoiled. Okay. I want to put these little ones away so I don't put one on accidentally. Okay. And then I'm just going to do this pattern. And on this bracelet, I'm just going to keep repeating the pattern. I'm not going to like do anything special. Not that this isn't special. You know what I mean. And yes, I have a whole bunch of supplies on my mat, and that's because I wasn't quite sure. I have several ideas that I want to teach you guys, but I'm also trying not to go overboard on time, and we're already at 25 minutes. So I will probably finish this one up. Come on, please get on there. I don't get it. It's like the beads don't like me today. What did I do to you, beads? I like you. I want to use you and put you and make you look handsome. Because this is, well, it's not a man's bracelet. This could so be a female's bracelet. But if you wanted to like make it more feminine, like from the start, use a faceted spacer bead. Use a sparkly hematite or spinel bead instead of the, I think I put way too many on this part. Still too many. I'm trying to like match up the lengths of the shell beads. That looks better, I think. Yeah, that's better. But yeah, it's not hard to like swap something from masculine to feminine in if you're specifically wanting to like sell to someone who's very feminine. This might not be the bracelet for her at all. So it's just a matter of who you're designing for, what they like. And like I said, this one, I think I'm just going to go all the way around. Now, once I'm done with this challenge, girls, I'm so going to show you so many things you can do with this. It's awesome. It's basically the inside of Nile's capture chain, or no, that's the round. That's the ball chain. The one with the tubing. The tubing is basically what he knits the wire around, and he takes it from a more like meager standing and puts it up on a pedestal and and cleans it all up and makes it look nice, just like Professor Higgins, right, from My Fair Lady. Yeah, he makes it beautiful, but there are other ways to use it and still have it look beautiful. Okay, which hole? There we go. Sometimes it's not easy. I don't know why. Like one side has like one hole and the other side has all the holes. And yeah, guys, this is not going to be a winner for me. I don't like the picture quality, which is sad because that's 4K. The mat is 4K, whereas mine is 720. That's it. But you guys, I'm trying to get you the better videos so that you guys can follow along. It's not going in and out. I'm ordered 2 cameras with the remote control so I can zoom in and out. Ooh, I did good. Might put like 2 more on. Pick up some of these that are on the mat. It looks a smidge short to me. How's that? Much better. But it's just, I don't know. It's just, I want it to be nice. I really do want the one that's facing down to have a remote control so that I can zoom in and out and I'm not having to pick stuff up and take it up to the camera for you to see it. And I will tell you that the most expensive camera I bought, which may be a problem, we'll see, was $69.99, but it had a $20 off coupon. No. Yes, $69.99. And then it had a $4 uh a $20 off coupon. Two of them had like one had 27% off, the other had 25% off, and then the fourth one had a $12 coupon. And the most expensive one is one that has the remote. Those two are the more expensive ones, but I'm happy to pay. I would have been happy to pay $70 for one that has a remote control that helps save me from having to put everything up to the camera. That was an epic fail. The last one went so fast. I was happy with that. You could have done it again, Beads. Anyways, you could do these with these beads right here, and it would look beautiful. Just the scale of those with the silver spacers I chose, which I wanted to be larger as it is a bracelet geared towards a guy. But again, if you like this bracelet and want to make yourself something similar, it's very easy to do. Make this a faceted bead. Turn this into turn the black into a faceted spinel. It's really easy to go. And I don't think that I've been highlighting how you can go from one to the other as often as I probably should have and would have liked to do more. I need to see, where's my bracelet mandrel? It's over here somewhere, probably under the box for this camera. It was indeed. So, just like normal, we're going to slide the bracelet down on the mandrel. And right now, we are nowhere near long enough because this is touching right at 6 3/4. So we need to do at least one more round and then hope that we still have enough space. No, we'll just roll this one. I want you guys to see a rolled one from start to finish. So we're just going to roll the end of this one rather than gluing the oh, I forgot my buffalo horn spacer. How is that possible? I love those things. You guys might be getting sick of those too. I really like them. I think they go very well in a lot of different designs and not always because they are okay. Let's hope I can do this, y'all. It's further up. I probably should have cut the string back. And that's why they're all falling out of my hand. Oh, well, not all of them, but more than I would have liked to. Okay, so we're going to put some of these back on. That fell off. But yeah, these little shell beads, and he has, I think, 2 other colors, are some of the most uniform shapes and size I've ever seen out of what am I trying to say? Out of these little shell heishi beads. I seriously have not seen anywhere else this uniform in size. And that's how my relationship with Bernie started. It was because, okay, I'm going to take a few of these off. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to roll this, which is not going to be great. I might have to unroll the other side just ever so slightly. How did I start it? I started it with the whole shebang, the whole kit and caboodle. I was hoping maybe I started it like in. Okay. Y'all, I don't know that we're going to get a double wrap out of this. I'm trying to decide if I should take a couple more off in a couple of spaces. No, I'm just going to roll it as many times as this will let me. So I'm going to try to really keep a good firm grip and twist it. Okay. I did not get 2 full twists, and I need to rock this up. I just got over 1, but I was able to get that up into position so that it looks nice and uniform as that. And then I'm going to show you that you have about a 7 3/4 inch bracelet. So you still want to size memory wire. Like you don't want to just go willy-nilly, especially if it's for a guy, because the likelihood of them wanting more than like a single wrap on one bracelet, I don't think is very highly. Also, say you cut this, say I decided to cut it back here. You can still attach jump rings and a clasp to these. I do it all the time for bracelets for myself. I still like the security of a clasp. That's not what we're doing in this video because I want this to dispel they're too hard to put on. Okay, this isn't all the way dry yet, guys. 10 seconds Gorilla Glue did not, it's the silicone bead or the silicone tubing is firmly in there. I just need to get more glue on the end of this bead. I just touched glue. What was I thinking? Ooh, that's going to blister. Dang it. You cut a little bit of extra tubing off the end here so that when I do get this glued in place, I don't have to worry about that or it not being down far enough. And now I'm going to put glue on the end here and pull this up into place and see if that doesn't help. And yes, I know I just touched glue again. Shh, don't tell Steve. He'll be like, babe, it's a bracelet, not worth it. But it kind of is. Okay. So there's this design, there's the shell design, and then there's one more that I want to show you, which is this one that is not done. And this one, all I did was I took the tubing and I put it around the memory wire and I am macrameing around it. And I did the silicone tubing underneath this for more than one reason. And I like to use this method for my macrame bracelets often. You can even macrame on the tubing and then put it on here because this part does get fiddly because they're battling for space right here. All you do is tie it and then pull this out. Tie the next knot, pull it out. The way I'm getting the spin is that I'm only going the first direction over and over and over and over and over again. And so it's spinning on itself because it's no longer a square. And then you can either take or leave the little threads on the sides. And so you could cut them and burn them like I did on the last macrame bracelet that I did. you can still use that method here. I'd be very careful if you're using silicone tubing though. So the reason that I use the tubing underneath is twofold. One, it gives something for the thread to grip onto, and it's not sliding up and down and the knots loosening every time because it's on the slick metal. So this gives it something to kind of grip onto. Number two is it's just too thin. If I just had like a string that I was doing this over the top of, it's just too thin. You can do it over leather, but it doesn't like to spin the same way on the leather because then you've got the thread on another natural product. So, as I said, with this one, I will be gluing the buffalo horn spacers at the end of it because I just like the look of that. But you guys got 3 designs in this one video, 3 different variations, and this little bead fell is not listening and staying where it's supposed to. But it's kind of my fault because I'm moving over the top. So I don't think this is going to be the camera, guys, but I want you to know that I am trying to make this channel better, give you guys higher quality videos, and trying to get through this 28 days of men's jewelry challenge. So I've got this and then 2 more and I'm done, but I think I might have 3 more. I need to record more videos. But Steve keeps telling me, babe, you've done more than 28 designs. And I'm like, yes, but I mean 28 different designs, not variations. I don't want to just give you the same bracelet over and over again without any variation. So I could easily sit here and string beads all day long and make a nice, lovely bracelet and leave it at that. But I don't want to do that. I want to give you guys different options. I am borrowing and reviving a Kelly Sutton design for my next bracelet. So I'm trying to decide if I just go ahead and record that one with this camera as well, or if I go back to my old camera until the next camera gets here to test. I don't know. Only time will tell. Have a great rest of your day, guys. I hope that you guys are finding this fun, entertaining, informative. I hope that you want to come back. And if you wouldn't mind liking my video, leaving me a comment, and or subscribing to my channel if you're not already. Until next time, everybody, happy beading.